Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Today I'm talking about this news article here. Pop musician goes viral for testifying against Ticketmaster's monopoly on official investigation. So Ticketmaster and its parent company, Live Nation, have recently been the target of an investigation regarding the ticketing company's business practices, culminating in a Senate judiciary hearing last Tuesday, January the 24th. I mean, it sounds legal, but we're going to make it exciting by with the inclusion of this brilliant theme tune. Justin Hawkins rides again. Yeah, Hawkins, how come she's wearing that sports attire? Well, I'll tell you, we're in Liverpool today on our arena tour, and as you know, people from Liverpool are football crazy, so I decided to wear this sports jersey. I'm not sure what the team is. It says UANL Tigres. I don't know, my brother lent it to me for running down the Mersey. Oh, it was gorgeous, it really was. Anyway, this investigation was launched after fans tried to buy tickets on pre-sale for Taylor Swift's upcoming Eras tour, only to experience numerous website issues and having to resort to Ticketmaster's resale platforms where tickets were costing up to $45,000, as reported by Time. I did an episode on this, that's to do with the dynamic pricing stuff, isn't it? So when there's huge demand for the tickets, the price soars. We were discussing how fair it is to have a dynamic ticket pricing system in place like that. The hearing saw Live Nation's president Joe Berchtold defend the company, while pop artist Clyde Lawrence, I've never heard of Clyde Lawrence, spoke on behalf of musicians, with his testimony going viral since via Loudwire. Now we're going to watch Clyde Lawrence discussing the artist's perspective at the hearing.
Most of the issues we face stem from the fact that Live Nation Ticketmaster often acts as three things at the same time: the promoter, the venue, and the ticketing company.
Okay, so the promoter and the venue and the ticketing company. I can understand why the promoter and the ticketing company would be, I mean, but who defends the artist in an instance where there's conflict between two of those entities? Like the promoter and the venue, they might have, like for example, we've just rocked up into this brilliant venue here. It's the M&S Arena in Liverpool. We walk in and the showers don't work, so that's an issue for the venue. But I suppose you'd ask the promoter's rep, who would then liaise with the venue. But that's the same person then in this instance. If it's Live Nation, Ticketmaster, and one of their associate, I don't know. How does that work? I always think it's dangerous anyway, because if you, for example, if you have management and the record company doing the same, who are the same person, then who defends you when the record company fucks you? Nobody, because it's also your manager, isn't it? This isn't quite the same thing. I don't know why I said that. Nice one.
Let's imagine we just played a sold-out show at a venue Live Nation owns and operates. When an artist plays these venues, they're required to use Live Nation as the promoter. Far from simply advertising, the promoter coordinates and pays the upfront costs to put together a concert, such as renting and staffing a venue and striking a deal with the performer. Since both our pay and theirs is a share of the show's profits, we should be true partners, aligned in our incentives. Keep costs low while ensuring the best fan experience. But with Live Nation not only acting as the promoter, but also as the owner and or operator of the venue, it seriously complicates these incentives. At the end of the show, costs will have eaten into most of the money made that evening, and due to Live Nation's control across the industry, we have practically no leverage in negotiating them.
As a counter argument to that, like the cost of to an artist of a show, it's not just about renting the venue itself. There's all the production, and you make the decisions about how much of a crew you take with you, what kind of, which bus company you use, and there's other sort of logistical like things like accommodation. There's a myriad of options. You can stay in the Grand Hyatt Hotel, or you can stay in the Travel Lodge. These are decisions that you can make to make your touring more profitable. But I suppose what he's talking about is what comes off the very, very top, and the fact that, like, if you are promoter, venue, and ticketing company, then you're going to make money regardless of the nature of the show. I don't know if it's that much of an issue if there's a standardized sort of percentage that's agreed for the various, venue and ticketing practices. But I think if they start to turn the screw, then you'll end up seeing shows that have much less pyrotechnics, for example. There might be, less dancers. Just worse shows, basically. Not that we have dancers. I'll cover the dancing, thank you.
If they want to take 10% of the revenues and call it a facility fee, they can and have. If they want to charge $30,000 for the house nut, they can and have. And if they want to charge us $250 for a stack of 10 clean towels, they can and have.
I'd bring my own towels in that instance, or just drip dry. Make a saving, It's better for the environment too.
Once these costs, some of which went to Live Nation subsidiaries, are taken into account, the remainder is split between Live Nation and the band. In a world where the promoter and the venue are not affiliated with each other, we can trust that the promoter will look to get the best deal from the venue. However, in this case, the promoter and the venue are part of the same corporate entity. So these line items are essentially Live Nation negotiating to pay itself.
He is describing a monopoly. It's that simple, isn't it? I always thought isn't that illegal? Monopolies, they tried to stamp those out, didn't they, at some point? Lad's got a point, doesn't he?
The tickets were listed at $30, and our pay ended up shaking out to about $12 of each ticket. But in this hypothetical show, the fan did not pay $30 for that ticket. The fan paid $42 because Ticketmaster tacked on a 40% fee.
Yeah, that Ticketmaster fee. I mean, you've got to admire the audacity of it, because if you want a ticket, you've got to go to Ticketmaster for these particular shows. And they're just going to charge you whatever they want. Administration fees. For what? For selling a ticket? Come off it, mate.
They've cornered the market on venues. And by doing so, they have they've also disempowered the ability for any other venue to open up, because they've cornered the market on ticket sales. And so you can't sell tickets to that venue.
Well, a lot of the time when you plot a tour, like certainly in the UK, or in one particular country, if there's a market that's got enough juice in it for you to do a whole tour, you would ordinarily have the same promoter for most of the shows. There'll be exceptions to that. Like in the UK, for example, when you go to Scotland, then it's a different promoter. When you go to certain sort of iconic venues that are promoted independently, places like the Rock City in Nottingham, then they'll do that. But you'll generally have an umbrella promoter that does the whole tour and promotes it as a tour. So they can, provide you with elements that include all of the tour dates on it, including the ones that they don't promote usually, which is the nearest thing to goodwill you're going to get out of them, probably. I'm only joking. They're lovely people. They really are. But I can understand the concern, but I think promoting the tour as a whole in a way that doesn't cannibalise the individual shows with each other, that makes sense to me. But yeah, I suppose he's talking about in the instances when they own the venue, sing the theme tune, write the theme tune, and then charge you the towel thing is f***ing outrageous. That really is. I would look for a bathroom that has one of those hand dryers, I think, and then just sort of awkwardly position my body so that the various key areas are less damp by the end of it, or just go on stage wet. That's my vibe. So
let's say, okay, you come into Worcester and
don't know if I've done a show in Worcester before.
Another venue crops up and says to, Matt's band, hey, we'll sell tickets ourselves. We'll cut out Ticketmaster. Matt's band says, okay, but then Ticketmaster says, whoa. You're good for Worcester, but that show you wanted to do in Providence, in Boston, in Portland, and then the one you wanted to do in Poughkeepsie?
What are these places that he's listing?
And then you wanted to go to Albany?
Oh, no, Albany, that's upstate New York. I always used to wonder about that, because I feel like I'd be able to be... I think I'd be able to do being an agent. I know there's a lot more to it than what I'm about to say, but I firmly believe that I would be able to phone a venue and say, yeah, how's it going? It's me, Justin Hawkins from Rides Again booking agency. live, but yeah, Rides Again Live, the booking agency. You know, I've got this artist here. Yeah, U2. Yeah, any chance of playing in the arena on 5th of August? What do you reckon? Yep. All right. Cool. Yep. So pencil it in. Nice one. I'll get back to you later. The fee. £100,000. Leave that with you. Phone down. They're going to call me back. But then I suppose, yeah, there is more to it. You have to plot the tour with some geographic sympathies, you know, and sort of think about the logistics of it to an extent. But, you know, getting a fee and getting a date, how hard can it be? Apologies to all booking agents watching. I know it's much more complicated than what I just said. And if there's any artists out there that need a booking agent, hit me up.
Like all those venues, you can't go there. Because there you got to use Ticketmaster. And since you're not using a Ticketmaster in Worcester, you're screwed, dude. Your tour is one place, Worcester. Enjoy.
Yes. I think what we can conclude here is that monopolies are bad. When they have all these different entities aligned and they're all the same corporate, basically it's the same corporation, really, 3 different subsidiaries of the same vibe. What happens is the artist gets crushed. But, you know, that's the music trade, unfortunately. It's the way it is. And hopefully, when this hearing is concluded, you just never know. Here's the question. How and why are the people running Live Nation and Ticketmaster okay with destroying one of the most magical experiences humans can have? Live music. I don't know if they're trying to destroy it. I think they're just trying to keep it on its last legs so that they can squeeze every little piece of income they can from it at the expense of people who go to gigs and people who perform at gigs. But it is a business, you know. I just think it's going to take some legislation to sort of modify the way business is done. But until there is like a law in place that says, yeah, you can't be doing that, they're not actually doing anything wrong, are they? I mean, they're just running a business. And yeah, it's a cynical corporate crushing of the magic of live music, but that is what it is. And as I've said before, when you're in music and you're into music, there's a whole lot of people around that world who are making a lot of money and not actually doing that much in the way of being creative. You know, it's not just when you invest in a record, you're not paying the artist. You know, well, you are, but not as much as you might hope. Here's a dystopian thought. Is this why they're trying to promote AI-generated music? Maybe Live Nation will own those future AI artists and eliminate the musician completely. So this is only the first step. Maybe Live Nation will soon change their name to Skynet, and then we'll have to go back in time. Or no, what we'd have to do? Go back in time, cryogenically freeze someone like Iggy Pop, take him, who would be like the John Connor for the revolution later, or me and Iggy Pop. That's it. So yeah, once time travel has been invented, we'll get this sorted. Don't worry about it. But it's pretty dark, isn't it? They will control the entire process from the conception of the lyrics to the live performance, and they'll make you pay for it. Right, on that lovely cheery note, pass the guitar, Gareth. I'll have a little sing-along. It's all lovely stuff, isn't it? The robot's taken over. Just imagine that. Then, what will happen then if it's AI-generated music that's performed somehow live by a robot? They won't need towels. How are they going to charge $250 for towels? It'll have to be like $250 for oil rags or something like that. I don't know how it works, but only the future will show us. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and be very, very fearful for the future of music. We're suffering here, guys. We're suffering. We must rise and fight. Or just, have some court hearings that sort it all out. Nice one.